Hello, and thank you very much for joining again for the reading of the Holy Bible. Today we will be continuing on with Numbers for chapter 25, 26, 27, and 28. Chapter 25 Immorality and Idolatry of Israel. In Israel at that time abode in Sedom, and the people committed fornication with the daughters of Moab, who called them to their sacrifices. And they ate of them and adored their gods. And Israel was initiated to Bilphegor, upon which the Lord, being angry, said to Moses, Take all the princes of the people, and hang them up on gibbets against the sun, that my fury may be turned away from Israel. And Moses said to the judges of Israel, Let every man kill his neighbors that have been initiated to Bilphegor. 24,000 die for their sins. And behold, one of the children of Israel went in before his brethren to a harlot of Madian in the sight of Moses, and of all the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it, he rose up from the midst of the multitude, and taking a dagger, went in after the Israelite into the brothel house, and thrust both of them through together, to wit, the man and the woman in the genital parts. And the scourge ceased from the children of Israel, and there were slain 24,000 men. Priesthood given to the seed of Phinehas. However, before we get that, chapter 25, verse 3, initiated to Belphegor. An example, they took to the worship of Belphegor, an obscene idol of the Moabites, and were consecrated, as it were, to Belphegor. Priesthood given to the seed of Phinehas. And the Lord said to Moses, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, hath turned away my wrath from the children of Israel, because he was moved with my zeal against them, that I myself might not destroy the children of Israel in my zeal. Therefore say to him, Behold, I give him the peace of my covenant, and the covenant of the priesthood forever shall be both to him and his seed, because he hath been zealous for his God, and hath made atonement for the wickedness of the children of Israel. Zambri and Cosbi. And the name of the Israelite that was slain with the woman of Madian was Zambri, the son of Salu, a prince of the kindred and tribe of Simeon. And the Madianite woman that was slain with him was called Cosbi, the daughter of Sir, a most noble prince among the Madianites. God tells Moses to slay the Madianites. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Let the Madianites find you their enemies, and slay you them, because they also have acted like enemies against you, and have guiltfully deceived you by the idol Phogor and Cosbi, their sister, a daughter of a prince of Madian, who was slain in the day of the plague for the sacrifice of Phogor. Chapter 26. The Lord commands another census. After the blood of the guilty was shed, the Lord said to Moses and to Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, Number the whole sum of the children of Israel from 20 years old and upward by their houses and kindreds, all that are able to go forth to war. Number of the family of Reuben. Moses therefore and Eleazar the priest, being in the plains of Moab, under the Jordan, over against Jericho, spoke to them that were from 20 years old and upward, as the Lord had commanded, and this is the number of them. Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, his sons were Henoch, of whom is the family of the Henochites, and Phallu, of whom is the family of the Phalluites, and Hezron, of whom is the family of the Hezronites, and Charmi, of whom is the family of the Charmites. These are the families of the stock of Reuben, whose number were found to be 43,730. The son of Phallu was Eliab. His sons were Namuel and Dathan and Abiron. These are Dathan and Abiron, the princes of the people that rose against Moses and Aaron in the sedition of Kor, when they rebelled against the Lord, and the earth opening her mouth swallowed up Kor, many others dying. When the fire burned 250 men, and there was a great miracle wrought, that when Kor perished, his sons did not perish. Number of the family of Simeon. The sons of Simeon, by their kindreds, Namuel, of him is the family of the Namuelites. Jamin, of him is the family of the Jaminites. Jachin, of him is the family of the Jachinites. Zer, of him is the family of the Zarites. Saul, of him is the family of the Saulites. These are the families of the stock of Simeon, of which the whole number was 22,200. Number of the family of Gad. The sons of Gad, by their kindreds, Sephron, of him is the family of the Sephonites. Agi, of him is the family of the Agites. Suni, of him is the family of the Sunites. Ozni, of him is the family of the Oznites. Hur, of him is the family of the Hurites. Arod, of him is the family of the Arodites. Ariel, of him is the family of the Arielites. These are the families of Gad, of which the whole number was 40,500. Number of the family of Judah. The sons of Judah, Her and Onan, who both died in the land of Chanam. And the sons of Judah by their kindreds were Selah, of whom is the family of the Selites; Phares, of whom is the family of the Pharesites; Zar, of whom is the family of the Zarites. Moreover, the sons of Phares were Hezron, of whom is the family of the Hersonites; and Hamuel, of whom is the family of the Hamulites. These are the families of Judah, of which the whole number was 76,500. Numbers of the family of Issachar. The sons of Issachar by their kindreds: Thola, of whom is the family of the Tholites; Phua, of whom is the family of the Phuites; Jasub, of whom is the family of the Jasubites; Semran, of whom is the family of the Semronites. These are the kindreds of Issachar, whose number was 64,300. Number of the family of Zabulon. The sons of Zabulon by their kindreds: Sacred, of whom is the family of the Saradites; Elon, of whom is the family of the Elonites; Jaleel, of whom is the family of the Jalelites. These are the kindreds of Zabulon, whose number was 60,500. Number of the family of Manasseh. The sons of Joseph by their kindreds: Manasseh and Ephraim. Of Manasseh was born Machir, of whom is the family of the Machirites. Machir begot Galad, of whom is the family of the Galadites. Galad had sons: Jezer, of whom is the family of the Jezerites; and Helek, of whom is the family of the Helekites; and Azrael, of whom is the family of the Azraelites; and Shechem, of whom is the family of the Shechemites; and Semidah, of whom is the family of the Semidites; and Hepher, of whom is the family of the Hepherites. And Hepher was the father of Salphad, who had no sons but only daughters, whose names are these: Mahlah, and Noah, and Heglah, and Milcah, and Thirsa. These are the families of Manasseh, and the number of them 52,700. Number of the family of Ephraim. And the sons of Ephraim by their kindreds were these: Sathala, of whom is the family of the Suthlites; Becher, of whom is the family of the Becherites; Tehen, of whom is the family of the Thenites. Now the son of Suthala was Haran, of whom is the family of the Haranites. These are the kindreds of the sons of Ephraim, whose number was 32,500. Number of the families of Benjamin. These are the sons of Joseph by their families. The sons of Benjamin in their kindreds: Bela, of whom is the family of the Belites; Aspel, of whom is the family of the Aspelites; Ahiram, of whom is the family of the Aramites; Supham, of whom is the family of the Suphamites; Hupham, of whom is the family of the Huphamites. The sons of Bela: Herod and Noaman. Of Herod is the family of the Herodites; of Noaman the family of the Noamites. These are the sons of Benjamin by their kindreds, whose number was 45,600. Number of the family of Dan. The sons of Dan by their kindreds: Suham, of whom is the family of the Suamites. These are the kindreds of Dan by their families. All were Suamites, whose number was 64,400. Number of the family of Aser. The sons of Aser by their kindreds: Jemna, of whom is the family of the Gemites; Jesui, of whom is the family of the Jesuites; Bri, of whom is the family of the Briites. The sons of Bri: Heber, of whom is the family of the Herabites; and Malchiel, of whom is the family of the Mechalites. And the name of the daughter of Aser was Sarah. These are the kindreds of the sons of Aser, and their number 53,400. Number of the family of Naphtali. The sons of Naphtali by their kindreds: Jesiel, of whom is the family of the Jeselites; Guni, of whom is the family of the Gunites; Jesser, of whom is the family of the Jesserites; Selam, of whom is the family of the Selamites; Jesser, of whom is the family of the Jesserites; Selam, of whom is the family of the Selamites. These are the kindreds of the son of Naphtali by their families, whose number was 45,400. This is the sum of the children of Israel that were reckoned up: 601,730. Manner of dividing the land. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, To these shall the land be divided for their possessions, according to the number of names. To the greater number thou shalt give a greater portion, and to the fewer a less. To every one, as they have now been reckoned up, shall a possession be delivered. Yet so that by lot of the land be divided to the tribe and families. Whatsoever shall fall by lot, that shall be taken by the more or the fewer. Number of Levites. This also is the number of the sons of Levi by their families: Gerson, of whom is the family of the Gersonites; Kath, of whom is the family of the Kathites; Merari, of whom is the family of the Merarites. These are the families of Levi: the family of Lobni, the family of Hebroni, the family of Mohali, the family of Musi, the family of Kor. Now Kath begot Amram, who had to wife Jochebed, to the daughter of Levi, who was born to him in Egypt. She bore to her husband Amram's sons, Aaron and Moses, and Mary their sister. Of Aaron were born Nadab and Abihu, and Eleazar and Ithamar, of whom Nadab and Abihu died when they had offered the strange fire before the Lord. And all that were numbered were 23,000 males, from 1 month old and upward. For they were not reckoned up among the children of Israel, neither was a possession given to them with the rest. Only Caleb and Josue remain. This is the number of the children of Israel that were enrolled by Moses and Eleazar the priests in the plains of Moab upon the Jordan, where against Jericho, among whom there was not one of them that were not numbered before by Moses and Aaron in the desert of Sinai. For the Lord had foretold that they should die in the wilderness, and none remained of them, but Caleb the son of Jephunneh and Josue the son of Nun. Chapter 27. Daughters seek father's inheritance. Then came the daughters of Salphad, the son of Hepher, the son of Galad, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, who was the son of Joseph, and their names are Mahlah, and Noah, and Heglah, and Milcah, and Thirsa, and they stood before Moses and Eleazar the priests, and all the princes of the people at the door of the tabernacle of the covenant, and said, Our father died in the desert, and was not in the sedition that was raised against the Lord under Kor, but he died in his own sin, and he made no male children. Why is his name taken away out of his family, because he had no son? Give us a possession among the kinsmen of our father. And Moses referred their cause to the judgment of the Lord, law of inheritance. And the Lord said to him, The daughters of Salphad demand a just thing. Give them a possession among their father's kindred, and let them succeed him in his inheritance. And to the children of Israel thou shalt speak these things. When a man dieth without a son, his inheritance shall pass to his daughter. If he have no daughter, his brethren shall succeed him, and if he have no brethren, he shall give the inheritance to his father's brethren. But if he have no uncles by the father, the inheritance shall be given to him that are the next of kin. And this shall be to the children of Israel, sacred by perpetual law, as the Lord hath commanded Moses. God predicts Moses' death. The Lord also said to Moses, Go up into this mountain, Abiram, and view from thence the land which I will give the children of Israel. And when thou shalt have seen it, thou also shalt go to thy people, as thy brother Aaron is gone, because you offended me in the desert of sin, in the contradiction of the multitude. Neither would you sanctify me before them at the waters. These are the waters of contradiction and cades of the desert of sin. Jesus appointed to succeed Moses. And Moses answered him, May the Lord, the God of the spirits of all flesh, provide a man that may be over this multitude, and may go out and in before them, and may lead them out or bring them in, lest the people of the Lord be as sheep without a shepherd. And the Lord said to him, Take Josue, the son of Nun, a man in whom is the Spirit, and put thy hand upon him. And he shall stand before Eleazar the priest and all the multitude, and thou shalt give him precepts in the sight of all, and part of thy glory, that all the congregation of the children of Israel may hear him. If anything be to be done, Eleazar the priest shall consult the Lord for him, he and all the children of Israel with him, and the rest of the multitude shall go out and go in at his word. Moses did as the Lord had commanded. And when he had taken Josue, he set him before Eleazar the priest and all his assembly of the people, and laying his hands on his head, he repeated all things that the Lord had commanded. Chapter 28. Offerings commanded. The Lord also said to Moses, Command the children of Israel, and thou shalt say to them, Offer ye my oblation and my bread and burnt sacrifice of most sweet odor in their due seasons. Daily offering. These are the sacrifices which you shall offer: 2 lambs of a year old without blemish every day for the perpetual holocaust. 1 you shall offer in the morning, and the other in the evening, and the 10th part of an ephah of flour, which shall be tempered with the purest oil, of the measure of the 4th part of a hin. It is the continual holocaust which you offered in Mount Sinai for a most sweet odor over sacrifice by fire to the Lord. And for a libation you shall Offer of wine the fourth part of a hin for every lamb in the sanctuary of the Lord. And you shall offer the other lamb in like manner in the evening according to all the rites of the morning sacrifice, and of the libations thereof, an oblation of most sweet odor to the Lord. Sabbath offering, and on the Sabbath day you shall offer 2 lambs of a year old without blemish, and 2/10 of flour tempered with oil and sacrifice, and the libations which regularly are poured out every Sabbath for the perpetual holocaust. Offering on the first day of the month, and on the first day of the month you shall offer a holocaust to the Lord. 2 calves of the herd, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of a year old, without blemish, and 3/10 of flour tempered with oil and sacrifice for every calf, and 2/10 of flour tempered with oil for every ram, and the 1/10 of a tenth of flour tempered with oil and sacrifice for every lamb. It is a holocaust of most sweet odor, and an offering by fire to the Lord. And these shall be the libations of wine that are to be poured out for every victim. Half a hin for every calf, a third for a ram, and a fourth for a lamb. This shall be the holocaust for every month, as they succeed one another in the course of the year. A buck goat shall also be offered to the Lord for a sin offering over and above the perpetual holocaust with its libations, the Passover. And on the first month, on the 14th day of the month, shall be the phase of the Lord. And on the 7th day and on the 15th day, the solemn feast, 7 days shall they eat unleavened bread. And the first day of them shall be venerable and holy. You shall not do any servile work therein, and you shall offer a burnt sacrifice, a holocaust to the Lord. 2 calves of the herd, 1 ram, 7 lambs of a year old without blemish. And for the sacrifices of every one, 3/10 of flour, which shall be tempered with oil to every calf, and 2/10 to every ram, and the 1/10 of a tenth to every lamb, that is to say, to all the several lambs, and 1 buck goat for sin, to make atonement for you, besides the morning holocaust, which you shall always offer. So shall you do every day of the 7 days, for the food of the fire, and for a most sweet odor to the Lord, which shall rise from the holocaust and from the libations of each. The 7th day you shall be most solemn and holy unto you. You shall do no servile work therein. Pentecost or Feast of Weeks. The day also of firstfruits, when after the weeks are accomplished, you shall offer new fruits to the Lord. Shall be venerable and holy. You shall do no servile work therein. And you shall offer a holocaust for a most sweet odor to the Lord. 2 calves of the herd, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of a year old, without blemish, and the sacrifices of them, 3/10 of flour tempered with oil to every calf, 2 to every ram, the 1/10 of a tenth to every lamb, which in all are 7 lambs, a buck goat also, which is slain for expiation, besides the perpetual holocaust and the libations thereof. You shall offer them all without blemish with their libations. Thank you very much for joining me today for chapter 25, 26, 27, and 28. Join me next week for 29, 30, 31, and 32. As always, thank you very much for joining me. Make sure you all have a wonderful week, and God bless.